Hi guys, good Saturday morning. It is February 1st. Addison and I were talking about this earlier today. It felt like January was like a year. It was like 7 weeks of January. We've made it to February. And bunny to some of you, if you're kind of superstitious like me, you know what that's all about. Thank you for tuning in for our little webcast. So we're having a conversation about some of the big stories that you guys are clicking on and sharing. So leave your comments and questions down below and we will circle back to those. I also have Addison sitting by. He's not standing by, sitting by. Yeah, so we're going to check on your forecast coming up in a minute, but I want to hit two stories before we do that. And the first one happened overnight. It was a braking situation up on Bamel North Houston Road. So what happened is, Harris County Sheriff's deputies say there was a little bit of a love triangle going down. The two women involved, not fans of each other. One threw a bottle at the other, so the other shot her in the leg. She's expected to be okay, but yeah, just a weird situation overnight. The man who was involved, you know, who was the center of the triangle, wasn't hurt. We don't have a whole lot more information about that because it happened pretty late last night at the Stop and Go convenience store on Bamel North Houston. But yeah, you can pop on KHU.com and read up. As we get more information, if we learn anything new, we will add it into that link. Next up, the Lakers played their first game at Staples Center last night since Kobe Bryant's death, and there were all sorts of tributes to him, to Gigi, to the other 7 people who were killed in that helicopter crash. It was incredibly powerful. It was one of the pieces I had to put together this morning for H-Town Rush, and just going through the video, going through the pictures, it rips your heart out. And one of the comments made by a reporter who covers LA sports, so she wondered if people really understand the impact that Kobe's death is having on the city of LA. Like, it's become abundantly clear that he really was the city's favorite athlete. And so everyone kind of came together. There were a lot of fans outside Staples Center, across the street at LA Live. And I want to take you inside. So we're going to start with that picture, Chloe, of the two seats set aside for Kobe and Gigi. Those were the seats they sat in the last time they went to a Lakers game. He was supposed to be at this game, which originally was scheduled for Tuesday night, but they pushed back because it was just too much. So there were all sorts of performances. Usher sang Amazing Grace. You had Boys to Men singing the national anthem. And then during halftime, Wiz Khalifa and
how could we not talk about?
Give you a listen here.
We got everything I would do. You were standing there by my side, and now you're gonna be with me for the last ride.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again.
When Usher was singing, I think it was when Usher, no, it was after Boys to Men sang the national anthem. You could see LeBron with tears flowing, and once the anthem wrapped up, got a hug from teammates. But you can't imagine, really, right, the emotions that those players are going through, losing their teammate who is a legend. So you can watch Usher's full performance. We have it there on KHOU.com. And if you pop around on Facebook or Twitter, you can find the other performances as well. They are incredibly powerful. Yeah. Every day we feel like we're, you know, I don't know about you, but I wake up and you think, okay, it's been 5 days, 6 days, now 7 days since the crash. I'm not going to be emotional about it. Kobe isn't someone I was ever particularly invested in. Like, I watched him play basketball, but he wasn't my favorite player or anything like that. But I think seeing the impact that he's had in sports, and on his family, in the community, it's a loss that I think is affecting a lot of people maybe harder than they expected. And then just every day there's another emotional component to it. And this is just the last one.
Yeah.
So we're bringing you in, Addison.
I'll come sliding in.
Slide on over. I mean, have you gotten emotional about any of this?
Yeah, it definitely did hit me hard. It's one of those things where you remember where you were and what you were doing when it happened. And you may not have been a Lakers fan or a Kobe fan or a basketball fan, but you knew the guy somewhat. You've heard of him. You've been impacted by something he's done in his life. And so it was just such an unexpected, untimely death. You're kind of like, wow, that's shock. And no, I still haven't gotten over it yet.
He's just a couple years older than me. He was 41. I'm 37. And so, when he went into the NBA, I was just getting into high school. He'd just come out, and here's this phenom, and he was all anybody was talking about. And years later, we had LeBron James in a similar setup. But for me, at that age, that was huge.
That was big.
Even though I'm not a huge basketball fan. Yeah.
Same. I'm, coming from New York, big Knicks fan, but not a big Lakers fan. But I knew of him, respected him, loved what he did on the game and what he brought off the court as well.
You got to respect his talent. Yeah.
You have to. Just unquestionable talent right there. And then he was going to take that talent and bring it to the next level with what he was going to do after his career. And we were just starting to see the beginning of that unfold, a little tease of that with his Oscar win for his basketball animated pick. And just don't know what else he could have done with the time he had, and it's just so tragic.
You mentioned Dear Basketball. If you guys haven't seen it, it is a beautiful short, and I know we have a link to it somewhere on khou.com because I saw it earlier this week. Just a really powerful reminder of the impact that sports can have on us, whether you play or not.
Exactly.
So,
everyone looks up to someone like that, I feel like, regardless of what walk of life you've come from, or whether you're a sports fan or not. You'll get to someone like that, and you're like, wow, he's an inspiration.
We have tons more information on khou.com about that, but now let's turn and focus on weather.
Me?
And yeah,
Okay.
It's your tag.
It's my turn.
Yeah.
I'm in. What do you want to know about today?
How amazing, 1 through 10, 10 being just the most spectacular day, what do we have in store?
I think if I had to rate it, I would give today a 9.
Yeah.
But since we are Channel 11, I'm going to give tomorrow 11.
Oh, yes. Turn it to 11.
Turn it to 11 now. and then my work is done and I walk away. I wish it was just that simple.
Let's take a look at the 7-day forecast because Chloe has it pulled up here. So we're looking at sunshine today.
Yeah, great day today. High pressure's in full charge of our weather, so that means lots of sun, comfortable levels of humidity, and that trend will continue towards tomorrow. A little more moisture comes our way, hence the little cloud icon right there, but overall, mid-70s, February 2nd, Groundhog Day. You can't beat that. After that, though, that's when conditions go downhill. So for the work week, keep the umbrella by your side and definitely get the winter coat out. Don't forget it this time, Brandi. Going into Wednesday.
I totally still will.
You totally will. I'm going to text you in the morning. Remember that coat? Oh, yeah. Wednesday, big changes. You'll start off the morning hours warm, mid-60s. The cold front will pass by and we'll have temperatures in the 50s, probably feeling the 40s by the afternoon hours.
Got it.
So just like you were saying before during the show, just a roller coaster that we're going to be on this week. And I feel like we've been on one, well, kind of like since I moved here. Hopefully I didn't bring it.
Maybe you're the common link here.
Yeah, I brought the crazy, wacky weather from New York.
All right, you have much more on khou.com/weather. You can look up the 7-day and kind of your analysis of how everything's going to go down.
Yep, I'm going to put together the article coming up as soon as we get done with the show here. So bottom line, get out this weekend, stay inside this week.
There you go. You heard it here. Our next stories, they're kind of twofold. So they both deal with Mont Bellevue teens. Both of them have locks. So first we're going to do, let's see, the video for, yeah, you got it, Chloe. So remember DeAndre Arnold? Well, this is his cousin, his second cousin, Caden Bradford. That's who you see on the right. DeAndre Arnold is on the left. So DeAndre, we've covered for weeks, wasn't going to be allowed to walk at graduation in the Barbers Hill School District. Mont Bellevue High School was suspended because, according to a dress code policy that got updated in January, his locks were too long. They wanted him to cut his locks, and he refused, so he got suspended. His cousin, Caden, had the same thing happen to him because the district says his locks are too long. He also got suspended. His mom eventually put him in in-school suspension because she doesn't want him to miss that much school. But now there are a lot of questions about Mont Bellevue and if it's really being responsive, or Barbers Hill, I should say, if the district's really being responsive. Caden says, look, it's taken me years to grow out my locks. They're not bothering anyone. They're not distracting anyone. They're reflective of who I am. So I don't want to cut him. His mom supports him completely. And you can hear from him and her on khou.com. We learned about him, of course, after covering DeAndre, and we have a little update there. Go ahead and play that soundbite for us.
Hey DeAndre, I'm Gabrielle Union and I am one of the producers of the Oscar-nominated animated short film Hair Love.
What's up, DeAndre, man? It's Dwayne Wade. You and your mother, Sandy, are the official guests of the Oscar-nominated team behind Hair Love at the 2020 Academy Awards.
How cool. Gabrielle
That's
Union
awesome.
and Dwayne
Wow.
Wade invited him to the Oscars.
Crazy.
Because they're producers for a nominated short called Hair Love, and it seemed like a good fit. And so just a couple days ago, he got a $20,000 scholarship from Ellen.
I remember that, yeah.
He
that
was on
fantastic.
there. And the discussion over this has been really interesting because there are a lot of people who comment online, look, the rules are the rules. You got to follow them. And one of the things that Ellen asked is, oh, maybe you should look at the rules if they're the right thing, because in Barbers Hill School District, girls can have long hair, guys can't.
Yeah, that definitely leaves something to be questioned right there. It's like, would you ask the same thing of a woman that had very long hair? Hey, cut your hair before you walk. Like, why?
I had, going to school, I grew up in a little tiny town in Southern Oregon, and there was a girl who had hair down to her knees.
Wow.
Now, if anything, that was distracting. Because especially when she'd like try to pile it all up, it was like she was wearing a hat. You couldn't see around it. She had so much hair. But I know this is inspiring a discussion on our Facebook page. You can keep that dialogue going. I'd ask, please be respectful. We're talking about a couple kids. One's a high school senior, one's a high school sophomore, I should say. So just keep your tone appropriate. And then, okay,
G-rated.
This is my favorite story of the day. Next. It's one of the Super Bowl commercials. It's from Doritos. And it's Sam Elliott and Lil Nas X doing a dance-off. I love Sam Elliott so much. And he lives in Oregon now. And so sometimes there would be Sam Elliott sightings around town. Look at mustache does the dance there. So I'm gonna guess there was a dance double for this, because Sam's a little older.
He might be able to move. A little bit of some moves there.
But let me know what your favorite Sam Elliott role is. I don't even know that I like in Tombstone. He was incredible. Thank You for Smoking. He was so good. But my all-time favorite, Roadhouse.
Oh yeah, you can't.
With Houston native Patrick Swayze. It doesn't get any better than that.
Although I'm gonna have to lean more towards Tombstone because I remember that was the first one I saw, but definitely like Roadhouse as well.
He's so good. And he has that voice.
And that stash is just
Can
iconic.
you tell I'm fangirl? I just love him so much.
We need to bring him right here.
I'm like blushing right now. All right, let's look at comments and questions. I'll see if I can pull some up here.
Someone asked, what does bunny bunny mean?
Okay, yeah, I had the same question earlier and I had to ask Randy because I had never heard that before as well.
So if you're a little superstitious, it's kind of a way to ward off all the bad stuff for a month. So you say it on the first day of every month, and it's supposed to bring you good juju.
Okay, I can get down with that. What if we had like bunny ears worn on like today?
I don't know about that. I just say it. And it's so weird. It's just a thing. Gilda Radner,
Yeah.
the comedian who was on Saturday Night Live a long time ago. I read her biography, and she did it at the first of every month. She rubbed her feet together one way and then the other and said bunny bunny, and that was her way of kind of wishing for good things to happen for the rest of the month. And she's not the only person who's done this. Someone once told me it's more of a Northeast thing, although you're from the Northeast.
Yeah, but I've never
heard of it.
Not a clue.
Could be that I'm making this all up, and I just like to talk about rabbits.
Nothing wrong with that.
That's not it. All right, what else you got, Chloe?
Just a lot of comments on DeAndre Arnold's story. People pouring their opinions, some saying discrimination. He should be able to wear his hair long, short, bald, or whatever. So just getting a lot of comments about that. Someone said Sam Elliott is one hot old dude.
Sue, I just saw Sue's comment. He is. Even in Roadhouse, I don't know how old he was in Roadhouse. He doesn't look that much older now.
No.
That was 30 years ago. So he had some age then. Oh my gosh, and you know what? I just thought he's in Star is Born.
Yeah, you're right. I almost forgot about that.
He plays Bradley Cooper's brother, and there's a scene at the end, and he like breaks down and he is everything. He is everything.
Someone tells me you're going to be watching a Sam Elliott movie later.
I'm going to turn on Roadhouse.
Marathon, Sam Elliott marathon.
You know what we didn't even mention? That J.J. Watt is on Saturday Night Live tonight.
Oh yeah, I forgot. It comes back tonight. Yes. Oh, he's going to do a great job, I think.
Yeah, so he's hosting musical guest Luke Combs. Athletes historically have done pretty well, as long as they're open to poking fun at themselves, and I think JJ is.
Oh yeah.
Did you see the teaser yesterday?
No, I did not. Uh-oh, we have to pull that up.
They were talking, Adie Bryant's there, and she says, I feel like this is a big one, guys. And Luke Combs kind of circles around JJ and says, it's like my Super Bowl. JJ looks at the camera, so sad.
Oh.
I guess it's my Super Bowl too. Yeah. Yeah.
So close.
But if we can't have him playing in the Super Bowl, at least we get to watch him the night before on SNL.
Yeah, you can't beat that. I mean, SNL, that's the place to be. And he's definitely going to do great, I think.
Yes.
Get a chance to see another side of him that you only see a little glimpse of on the field.
I like to think that I'm going to stay up for it, but I've set the DVR just in case, because I got up at 4 this morning, at work at 5. 10:30 is a long ways away.
It's a long day. We work in the morning shift. Yeah, we don't stay up too late. Maybe 10, 11 o'clock at the latest, but yeah, that's what DVRs are for. Good thing we don't have to worry about that.
Oh, Melissa throwing it back. She likes the movie Mask with Sam Elliott and Cher. That's been so long.
Forgot about that one. Wow.
Sherry says she's wanting a date with Sam. I think he might be a little old for me. But I love him. I think he is a phenomenal actor. I think he is so handsome, and he has that voice. He is my, some older actors. Well, this is probably not a conversation for you. This is a conversation for me and Chloe.
All right, Chloe, come on in here. We'll swap.
But like Harrison Ford has always looked good. Sean Connery has always looked good. I feel like Sam Elliott is one of those. He has stayed perennially handsome.
Age like wine.
Once you get to a certain point, they just hit that age and they just stay.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do it. Hopefully I'm just as lucky.
All right. Just good mornings out to Faye, to Sue. And Ivan says there's a major accident at I-10 and under 610. Ooh.
Car into wall? Oh, boy.
One other thing I want to mention before we wrap up here. 610, the West Loop closed. I hope you know that already because we've talked about it all week trying to prepare folks. In my morning Instagram newscasts, I've warned people for 3 days, just try to avoid the area.
Just don't touch it. Although some people are going to be like, why? Just now? They're going to go onto the highway and be like, wait, it's closed? Like, you didn't listen.
But Addison and I, we're off now. We're going to go find a patio because it's gorgeous. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and Lauren will be back with you here tomorrow.
Yeah. See ya. Have a good one, guys.